Hey guys, welcome to this quick tutorial where we'll explain how you can create a React app with Vite and deploy it on GitHub. So let's get started. The first step is to create a GitHub repository for your project. If you already have a repository for your project, you can skip this step. To create a new repository, follow these steps. Go to github.com and log in to your account. Click on the plus icon in the top right corner and select New Repository. Give your repository a name and add a brief description if desired. I will name it React Project and choose whether to make the repository public or private, and click on the Create Repository button. After clicking on Create Repository, you will see this page, and then create a React app with Vite. If you have not yet created a React app, you can use Vite. With Vite, you can create a React app with less build time, and the files in the folder are minimal with optimal output. To do this, you will need to have Node.js installed on your computer. Here are the steps. Create a folder and name it whatever you want. Then open the folder with your preferred IDE. I will be using Visual Studio Code, and make sure to open your terminal in that folder. To install Vite, you need to run this command. After running this command, you will be asked to put a project name, and then you will be asked to select a framework. Since this project is a React project, you need to select React from the list. Now you will also be asked to choose a variant. I will choose JavaScript, and then change your directory to the React project by running this command. In my example, I will run this to install all the dependencies React needs. Run this. Now wait for the installation to finish. After the dependencies are installed completely, you need to install GHPages package. To install GHPages, run this command and wait for the installation to finish. The GHPages package uses the homepage field in the package JSON file to determine where to deploy your app. To update the package JSON file, follow these steps. First, add a homepage field with the URL of your GitHub repository in the following format. Homepage, your GitHub, username GitHub.io, your repository name. In the scripts tag, add these lines, and the predeploy and deploy scripts are used to automate the deployment process. And then update the Vite config.js file. Add base repo to Vite config.js. In my example, it would be base React project, and then save the changes. Now, push the React app to GitHub. With the GHPages package installed and the package JSON and the Vite config.js files updated, initialize a Git repository by running this command, and then this will create a new Git repository in your project's directory. After that, add all the files in your project to the Git repository by running this command. Now this will stage all the files in your project for committing. After that, commit the changes by running this command, and then this will create a new commit in the Git repository with the message initial commit. Now rename the master branch to main by running this command, and then add the remote repository by running this command. After that, this will add the GitHub repository as a remote for your local Git repository. And finally, push the changes to the remote repository by running this command, and then this will push the initial commit of your local Git repository to the GitHub repository. With the React app pushed to GitHub, you can now deploy your React app, and then run this command and wait for the deployment to finish. Once the deployment is complete, you can access your React app by going to the URL specified in the homepage field of your package JSON file. Typically, the URL will be in the form of your GitHub username, GitHub.io, your repository name, or you can find the URL by clicking on the repository setting. Then click on Pages. Here is the URL. Click on the URL, and here is your deployed React app. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like and subscribe.